Hello, good afternoon, welcome back to the Fishlocker out on the boat. James and I are out to do some pots. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sorry James, I'll do all the heavy lifting. That looks good. Yeah, that looks good in there. It's a good sound. Yeah, can you hear that clacking? That's the sound of lobsters. Right, last one. What do we say for the last one? Big effort.
This is a good one.
There we go. That wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I'm not surprised it wasn't too bad for you. You didn't do any lifting.
It didn't look that bad.
Right, well what we have is James has a new lobster gauge. Let me just lift this pot up here. We'll have a look at it. And then James can talk to you about his new lobster gauge. 1, 2, 3. You come round here, James.
Oh, Dad, look, a little crab.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's got a big stripe on it.
James has a new lobster gauge. Now I always measure them with a tape measure, just for the educational value of being able to show you how to measure them with a tape measure, because more people have got access to a tape measure than they have a gauge. And also sometimes it's quite interesting just to see the size variation. Now these are, well, this was given to us by a local spearfishing group. Well, it says it on there. And it's got everything. It's got lobster, crawfish, scallops, spider crabs, female brown edibles and male brown edibles. So hopefully we'll be able to show you some of those with this today. Spiny starfish.
Oh, there's spiny straight away, Dad.
Straight away.
A spiny.
Little lobster.
A little lobster. Let's see the
Right, 90mm. This guy's going to be too small. So to measure him, what you need to do is you need to put that at the back of its eye. Look.
Oh yeah.
Loads too small.
Just a bit too small.
Yeah, that one's.
Can I put this one back up?
What I need you to do, just drop it down over there. Right? Don't hit the engine with it though. What? Good throw. Well done. Right, spider crab.
And we can see a piece of good size.
This is a male spider crab. And the spider crab, where is it? 130?
SP.
Oh, well over. Isn't he?
Yeah.
So this one is easy big enough. But for us, too small still.
Yeah.
Now, although he is large enough to take minimum landing size wise,
It's too small.
he's too small. He doesn't have enough meat in his claws.
It's too small.
He's only a baby, isn't he? Have we got any other crabs in it?
Yep, we've got a small one out there.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
velvet.
Right. So, do you want to
Oh man, he's lost a few legs.
yuck him back over there? Is it a bit spiky for you? Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, it's a bit spiky.
Yeah. These guys are a little bit spiky.
That's why they're called spiny.
That's why they're called spider crabs. This pot here does have a lovely, female lobster in.
With no V-notches.
Right. Just put your hand on top of it, make sure it's not gone away. Over there for a second. Right, this here, that is, easy go, easy, calm down. That is a stunner of a lobster.
And it's got no V-notches.
I'm just going to explain that now. Now, I know that this one's going to be over minimum landing size. What are the 3 bylaws that we need to look for when we're getting lobsters? It's got to be bigger than the minimum landing size.
It has to have no V-notches.
No V-notches.
And no eggs.
No eggs. Right. So measure her to make sure she's big enough. So put that in the eye.
Over.
Yes, well over.
Perfect size.
So you see this?
Perfect size.
This is basically a no-go gauge. A go, no-go gauge. Being that that's how big it is. If it's any smaller than that, it's too small. If it's any bigger than that, it's big enough. So this one here actually
It's perfect size.
is a stunner of a lobster. I reckon she's going to be more like 100. $99. But we are slopping about a little bit here, aren't we?
Perfect.
James, just put your hand on top of this lobster for a second. I'm going to go and stick a drogue out. See if I can't put a drogue out to try and straighten us up a bit. There we go. See if that won't help us out a little bit. Yeah. That is a stunner keeper lobster. Well done. First pot.
What's something worth keeping?
Yeah, and these actually were bass. These are the bass frames from when we had tea the other day. Let's have a look at what's in these other pots. They've got a tape measure for me. Okay, you want to get in there? You want to get ready for it? Right.
Why do I have my legs spread?
This is a very poorly little velvet swimming crab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone's been bullying this because it's taken half its legs off.
Right. Check these.
I'll measure this one, this little male. Reckon he's going to be over or under? Under. There you go, back of the eye. Oh, way under. This one's probably going to be about 83, 84.
83, 84.
Can you read what that says there? No. 83. Oh look, and he's missing the end of his claws as well.
Yep, so bye-bye.
Just hold on. I'm going to get this other one out here to compare them. Oh, this guy is a really good looking one. Got loads of really bright white in it. And it's going to be probably just bang on, if not under. Right, look.
Oh, bang on.
There, look, see? That gauge there is just touching. So I would say, we used to call these a hanger. Because if you put them in the gauge and they stick, so they hang, it shows that it's big enough. I'll measure that one with a tape measure, but yeah, this one's probably bang on the legal. But yeah. To show you an interesting thing between them. What type of claw? What are the different claws about, James?
This one is a crusher claw to get hold of the prey.
Yeah.
And then this one is the cutter claw to.
They have a strong one, which is a crusher, and then they have a fast one, which is a cutter. And this one has got the crusher on the right hand side, doesn't he?
Yep.
And this one has got the crusher on the left hand side.
So that one's right-handed and that one's left-handed.
Exactly. Just to make sure I'm throwing the right one back. Yeah, that's the undersized one. And we shall put this one down. Actually, I'll measure that with a tape measure, because I think this one's going to be like bang on the measure, if not like half a millimetre under. That is absolutely bang on 90. See that line for the 9?
Yes.
Bang on 90.
Perfect.
So I'll put this one in a bucket. The reason why I'm putting him down is because I do believe there is a bigger one in the other pot.
How many are we allowed to keep?
You want to grab those two things for me, please?
How many are we allowed to keep?
2.
So if that one's bigger, we'll have to switch them
If that one's bigger, we'll have to switch him round. You're absolutely right, James. You ready?
Open sesame.
Look at all those. See all those little sand fleas that have come out?
Yep. They're clean.
That bait bag is absolutely full of like little bugs, little sand fleas, and they're all over this lobster. Look. Then what's all over my hand? And now blown in James's face. Right, that one is a monster. That one's a corker. You keep hold of it while I move this pot, please.
It's as big as a crayfish.
Right, yeah. So I'll show you with James's new gauge. What you do is you put the tip, this part of it, just into the eye socket. You're not hurting its eye, it's got a hard eye socket. Into there. And if this part of it, you put this part into the eye socket, and if this part here lines up with there, or is up here somewhere, you know it's big enough. So 90 millimeters.
It's as big as a crayfish.
This one, yeah, this one's easy, 102. He's got a bit of a funny thumb on his cruncher side, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe you lost it.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's good. And he's
But he's also something had on the end of his tail.
So he's through. So he's got
a bit of a
claws.
gammy tip to his tail. But we have 3 lobsters.
Right. So the smaller one.
Right, just don't jump the gun. We have 3 lobsters at this moment in time. So what we're going to do, we're going to put them all down in separate tubs. We're going to rebait the pots, shoot them back, and then have a look at these lobsters, because we've got 3 of them. You go and park your bum on there. Let me sort out these stinky pots and bait. This is a perfect example of how nothing goes to waste with our fishing. Went out fishing on a recent session, caught my 2 bass. I'm only allowed to take 2 bass per day, and there's nout left on them. But I'm going to do my best to try and turn those into a lobster. Caught my 2 bass, filleted them off, took the fillets home to eat, and the carcasses, what was left on the carcasses, I put them in the pots and managed to turn them into a lobster. So we've managed to use something that we're going to discard into something else. And then when it's finished with, like the rest of this carcass here, there's still a bit of meat on that head, but the rest of this skeleton just all gets returned to the sea. Right, well, here we are. Quickly chuck a bucket of water over this to get rid of all this stinkiness. The scooch in here, James. I think this is going to be a pretty easy choice as to which 2 we're going to keep. Can you put your hand on that one, please? In our local area, in Cornwall, you are only allowed to take 2 lobsters per day. Now that's James and I, we are unregistered, unlicensed. We aren't commercial fishermen. We're just recreational anglers. We do this for our own pleasure and to feed our family. We don't sell our catch. So I can only land 2 lobsters per day. We have 3. Now that's 2 lobsters per vessel. James can't have 2 and I can't have 2. It's 2 per vessel. Coincidentally, that's how they limit the number of pots that you use. Theoretically, I could use 40 pots, but because I can only take 2 lobsters, there's no point using 40 pots. We just line these ones up here. We'll have a look at what we've caught. Right. Which ones do you think? Which ones do you think we should keep, James?
I think we should keep these 2.
This one and this one?
Yep.
What about this one?
It's pretty on the side.
It's big enough to keep, but it's smaller than the other 2, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Right. And just run through them bylaws again for me, please.
It has to be over the
legal size.
It has to have no V-notches.
No V-notches.
And no eggs.
No eggs. Right. No eggs. No V-notches. Over the legal size. It's a male, so there's no eggs. No V-notches. Over the legal size. This one. No eggs. No V-notches. Over the legal size. But this is the 3rd. So we're going to just... Right. Drop him back. Over there, please. See you when you're bigger, yeah. So we have 2 absolute crackers. This one especially, this guy is a really good looking fella. We'll finish tidying down now and we'll get back because this wind is picking up. Good morning. Let's go get these pots. Oh, well, these were hard work today. I've had to come out. I've had to come out and do my pots today because I'm going away. So I've come to bring my pots ashore just because people keep stealing them. You know, unfortunately the conditions they aren't the best for it. So I've had to work through it. But I got them. Let's get these ropes sorted from underneath my feet and have a look what's in them. Right, first pot. These hadn't been fishing for too long. I'd only had them in the water 2 days and we've got small tides. So they haven't fished fantastically well. They've caught, but they haven't smashed it. That is a male velvet swimming crab and a male brown edible crab that's obviously doing a Steve McQueen. Now this one is undersized. This one's probably about 3 centimetres undersized. Yeah. You can tell these are both males because of the narrow narrow apron underneath. You see, look, just a narrow V, and again, just a narrow V. Little one-clawed lobster, little male. This one is going to be about 60. $74. Another one claw, but with this one, I don't know if you can see, the claw is just beginning, I'm not going to hurt you, the claw is just beginning to grow back there on the side. This means that this little girl will be shedding her shell before long. Again, 50 odd. Now, it's not uncommon for them to lose claws. They fight, they get attacked by predators, or even these type of pots. Another one with one claw. We're both missing the same one. Yeah, like I say, it's not uncommon to find them missing a claw. And all they do is, like this one is showing you, when they shed their shell next time they start growing it back. So, 3 undersized lobsters. Don't need to tell you what that smells like. Little spiny starfish. This lobster here has had a really hard time of it. He's lost both, but he's just starting to grow them both back. So he's probably lost these a couple of weeks ago. Now this, having so many that are losing claws in one area, I've just reshot them on this different piece of ground. Last time I shot them here, this is the first time I've worked this bit of ground. And it's not in the middle of the reef, it's like a little pinnacle of rock. This, all of them missing claws like that, is making me inclined to believe that someone shot a net along here at some point in time, recently. And all these little lobsters have got caught in a net. And rather than mess about because they're only small, like untangling them all they've done is just pulled them straight out and ripped their claws off. That's what's making me believe that. 1 or 2 of them's, yeah, but so many of them in just one string, so close together, every one of them missing claws. There's some up there. This guy is a little bit smaller. He's probably high 70s maybe. 79, maybe 80. Another 2 years and this guy will be big enough. We might have a single solitary winner. I hope so, it's the last one in the last pot. Oh, 89 mil. 1 millimetre undersized. Yeah. She's hard in her shell as well. Disappointing, but that's the way it goes. Like I said, this is a new little bit of ground that I'd shot them on, and I've only been here for a couple of days and it's been small tides. Small tides means there's not an awful lot of current. Not an awful lot of current means that the scent of the pots doesn't travel a long way. On smaller tides I would prefer to leave them for maybe 4 or 5 days just to properly fish, but I haven't got that luxury, so Nice to see you, young lady. Almost, but not quite. That's it. Not everyone's a winner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear out all the old bait into these, break down the ropes, take them ashore. I would like to, normally if I'm only going away to work for a week, all I would do is I would just tell one of my friends where they were to keep an eye on them. But so many thieves around at the minute. Bait stinks. Great, let's get moving before this sea gets any worse.